Chaotically Nerdy is made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults for adults and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. You probably heard a little different voice today because we have one of our, I would say our resident druid. I remember him most as a druid.
Generally speaking, it's
nature
not
guy.
a druid, it's a nature guy.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a nature guy. And that is Logan. He's with us today. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. I don't think I thank Jamie, which, nobody cares about Jamie.
Wow.
Wow.
Jamie, I love you because I know you listen. Logan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and...
Yeah, my name is Logan. Primarily, I'm a farmer. That's kind of what I do for a living.
Checks out.
Yep.
Druid.
Yeah, kind of look like a farmer's tan right now going on. Most of my hobbies include something outside, whether that's hunting, fishing, hiking, backpacking, canoeing, kayaking, whatever. So anything outside, really.
All the ings.
All the ings.
inks.
Anything that requires physical exertion. And then, of course, D&D, video
Fucking.
games. All that cool stuff.
Druid shit.
Druid shit, yeah. That's what I love the best, yeah.
Makes sense as to why you play a druid.
Yeah, it's the best class. Hands down.
Debatable.
You're like the only one who really plays like yourself a lot.
Well, it's easier if I can play myself. I'm never going to play other people.
Like, I don't know what I would be if I played myself. I would not be an adventurer.
Be the shopkeeper. That's it.
Yeah, considering what you do, you are a shopkeep.
That
You'd be the one
Fair.
guy who walked in and harassed so much you finally just like shut the store down, blew it up, and left town.
so it's a villain story.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. So,
Yeah.
like that enchanter
absolutely.
that became a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, the gnome.
Yes, became.
I'd like to think we caused that.
Definitely influenced it.
Yeah, probably. So if you haven't picked up on what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk all about druids. We brought in our resident druid expert because he likes them. And
Expert's a strong word.
yeah, I mean, expert's a strong word for any of us, I think. So we'll roll the magical D4 and we'll kind of see how we're going to get things rolling. And it will not be Logan because I'm not going to do that to you on the first episode you record. I don't care what it rolls. It was a 2, so Jarrett.
Yay. Starting off with
What number
Drew.
am I?
You're
You'd be
4.
3. 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
three.
4.
3, okay.
He's sitting in the middle.
Okay, sure.
So-
Clockwise. It's fine.
I always do clockwise. That's how we've
Fine.
always done this. It's not fucking new. Where have you been?
So, you start off with your, as a druid, you start off with your D8 hit points.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to cut you off.
What are we doing?
In the Bard episode, no, you're good.
Okay.
That's where I wanted to start. But in the Bard episode, we went over the table. You can find that table online.
Barbarian.
Or in your book.
Barbarian, sorry. Bard was next. That's what my brain's on. You can find it in your book, online. Hell, you can look it up. And I'm pretty sure the wiki page for
Yeah.
Druid,
So-
Barbarian, whatever one you're looking at, you can find. So we're not going to actually go over the tables because that is a lot to cover typically. They usually tell you like any certain skills that they have, their spells, like if they have cantrips, and how many slots per level they get.
So, anyway, D8 hit point. Your proficiencies include light armor, medium armor, shields, druids. You can change this. Canonically, don't wear metal armor. I don't think we've ever really enforced that in our.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it first, but not.
Yeah.
not
Yeah, I think whenever we first started playing, we did, but
Yeah. They have a very select number of weapons they're proficient in. Clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, and spears. They have one tool kit they're proficient in, herbalism kit. Their saving throws are intelligence and wisdom. And for skills, you choose 2 from Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, or Survival.
and I feel like as a druid, you should just automatically get nature and animal handling. Like, I don't think you should have to choose from those. I think they should just be
Well,
ingrained.
it depends
what-
on
that's
what
what
if you're a city druid.
Then why are you a druid?
Well, you're sewer rats.
You're sewer rats. You can still animal handle a
Like the
sewer
Pied
rat.
Piper? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Okay, you can keep going. Sorry.
Are we going over equipment? I forget.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have been.
Okay. You get to choose when you start at level 1, one of these 3, or from these 3 options. You get a wooden shield or a simple melee weapon. You get a scimitar or any simple melee weapon. You get a leather armor, explorer's pack, and a druidic focus. You know Druidic, a secret language of the Druids. You can speak the language and use it to leave hidden messages.
This is not a part I've ever remember seeing.
It's very, very rarely used. I mean,
It's the same as Thieves' Cant.
Yeah, I just don't remember ever
I think
seeing
Thieves' Cant
it before.
even is more popularly used than like Druidic.
Yeah, Druidic. Well, people don't generally play a lot of
Yeah.
Druids in anyway. So
You want me to go over all the spellcasting stuff?
overview.
Like a
No, because what we'll do is we'll do a separate episode as far as like how spellcasting works, and then we
Scroll
can
down,
talk
scroll
about
down,
druids
scroll down.
and
Scroll down.
everything else. We can talk about all the casting classes in one episode.
For the most part, they're fairly similar.
Yeah. Wild shape should
yep.
be the next one.
Yep. At the second level, you get wild shape. You can use your action to magically assume the shape of a beast that you have seen before. This is important. You can't just go through a book and pick out something. You have to have actually seen it with your own eyes and in the flesh to understand its physiology. You can use this feature twice. You regain the expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. Your druid level determines the beasts you can transform into. On the table, it depends on the what your level is. It depends on the CR you can transform into. You can stay in the beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level. You revert to your normal form unless you expend another use of this feature. You can revert to your normal form earlier by using a bonus action on your turn. You also revert automatically if you fall unconscious or drop to 0 hit points or die.
Might mention that you only get a swimming speed at level 4 increase, and at 8th level you get a flying speed. And so even if you turn into a bird, you don't.
You can't
You
fly
can,
or
but you're
swim.
just like
You're a penguin.
well, you can turn like a little bird, but you can only walk.
Yeah. You're essentially a penguin.
Yeah, essentially, you're a flightless bird. You have when transform, you get the game statistics that are replaced by the beasts, but you retain your intelligence, charisma, and wisdom scores, and your alignment and personality. You also retain all your skills and saving throws. When you transform, you assume the beast's hit points. If you reverse 0 and have more damage, it goes into your
actual damage.
Yes. Can't cast spells, and your ability to speak or take any action that requires hands is limited to the capabilities of your beast form. You retain the benefit of any features from your class, race, or other source, and you can use them as if the new form is physically capable of doing so. However, you lose like any special senses like dark vision unless the new form also has that. You choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space, merges into your new form, or is worn by it. Worn equipment functions as normal, but the DM decides whether it is practical for the new form to wear a piece of equipment based on the creature's size and shape.
That's the other thing I don't think we've ever really messed with. Like
No.
wearing the armor or anything. We're just like,
I can't see of a reason why you would want to
drop it.
doff your armor like this,
Yeah.
unless you were trying to get naked really quick.
Time to fuck. Turn into a bird and then unbird.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume there's something like a situation where you're like, aha, I am manacled. I change into something that also still has arms,
Fair.
but I go,
Gotcha.
and it doesn't suck into me.
Yeah, understandable. All right, so that's good for you, and then we'll see who goes next. Now that Logan's got an idea, we're kind of just basically reading off, explaining it, and we chit-chat about it. It's me. So at second level, you get to choose a druid circle. There are a lot of options.
7.
Is it 7? Okay. Not a whole bunch, but not a short amount either. They range from all the books, and you get features at 2nd, 6th, 10th, and 14th. At the 4th level for Druid, you get Wild Shape Improvement. You can use your action to magically assume the shape of a beast that you have seen before of a challenge rating of a half or lower that doesn't have a flying speed. So this is where we were talking about you now get the swimming speed. You can use it twice, the same still, and you regain it whenever you finish a short or long rest. At 4th level, and 4th, 8th, 12th, 16th, and 19th, you get your ability score improvement. We talked about that before. At 8th level, you get another wild shape improvement where you can now fly. It's the same. You can still use it twice, and it comes back on a short or long rest. At 18th level, you get Timeless Body, which is where the primal magic that you wield causes you to age more slowly. For every 10 years that pass, your body ages only 1. And then at 18th level, you also get Beast Spells. So you can cast many of your druid spells in any shape you assume using Wild Shape. You can perform the somatic and verbal components of a druid spell while in a beast shape, but you aren't able to provide material components. And then at 20th level, you get the Archdruid. So you can use your Wild Shape an unlimited number of times, and additionally, you can ignore the verbal and somatic components of your druid spells, as well as any material components that lack a cost and aren't consumed by a spell. You gain this benefit in both your normal shape and your beast shape from wild shape. So that's probably like if you're going to be level 20 and you're going to do a one shot, druids are fucking strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
So strong because you can
Essentially, they have an infinite health pool.
exactly.
Yeah, once you get
'Cause
there,
you just-
especially.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a moon druid.
Especially.
Druid.
So now we're going to jump into druidic circles. First one up will be Circle of Dreams, and Logan,
Me.
you get to talk about those. I had to think about it.
I need a phone.
Yep,
It's like
I got you right here.
book. I mean, I can just talk, but it won't be correct.
Just say, all right, at this level you get.
I'm just gonna make it up as I go. We're just gonna wing it. A whole new circle right here.
And let us know what you think about it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circle of Dreams. Well, start off. I'm not a person that has a lot of dreams. Like I don't really remember if I have dreams. So
Not a
I don't-
dreamer.
Yeah, me
just
neither.
Not a dreamer.
Not a dreamer.
So I don't identify with Circle of Dreams very well. Druids, who are members of Circle of Dreams, hail from regions that have strong ties to the Feywild and its dreamlike realms. So, in Circle of Dreams, here's kind of the rough overview of the features. Second level, you get a Balm of the Summer Court, which imbues you with the blessings of the Summer Court. As a bonus action, you can choose one creature you see with 120 feet and spend a number of dice equal to half your druid level or less. Roll a spent dice and add them together, and the target regains a number of hit points equal to the total. Kind of a souped up healing word.
Yeah. The
Basically.
D6s, by the way.
They're D6s? Okay.
It was in the part above that you missed. But that's
Okay. Well, I didn't read all of it.
Yeah, I know. I was just
glossing.
in case we want to know what dice it was. It's D6s.
D6s, okay.
So that is
It's pretty healthy, actually.
a
It's
portable
definitely
cure wounds.
It's much better cure wounds.
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Or not cure wounds, healing word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sixth level, you get Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. Sounds interesting. Home can be wherever you are. It's like having a trailer house.
On the way you make it.
During a short or long rest, you can invoke the shadowy power of a glooming court to help guard your respite. At the start of the rest, you touch a point in space, an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears. And while within the sphere, you and your allies gain a +5 bonus to dexterity and wisdom. Stealth and perception checks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Read it all there. And any light from open flames in the sphere isn't visible outside of it. That's kind of cool.
It's
I was
like
getting ready
a-
to say that was so strong if it was Dex and
well,
Wisdom, but
It's like a
this-
better
Liam and
Tiny Hut.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Because it also gives you a benefit
Yeah, it
to your
gives-
stealth
Yeah,
and
that way, if
perception.
everybody wants to sleep and I'll get pounced on the night by
Yeah.
weretoads or something, and yeah,
Whoa.
Weretoads.
weretoads, souped up bullfrogs. Starting at 10th level, you get access to the hidden path. And you can use the hidden magical pathways that some Fae use to traverse space in the blink of an eye. As a bonus action, you can teleport up to 60 feet to an occupied space you can see. Alternatively, you can use your action to teleport one willing creature you touch up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Rest.
Long West.
Long west.
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 Uh,
It's a long ways.
So like we talked
Waste.
about in the Barbarian episode, just, being able to Misty Step someone else
Yeah.
just away.
It's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the
Super beneficial.
very-
yeah, and I guess that would keep you from like getting an attack of opportunity if somebody was
Yeah, if they just
Teleport
teleport.
doesn't,
yeah, if somebody was getting the ground and pound put to them, and
Or someone gets like
It's a healing
crowd
effect.
controlled, or someone gets knocked down or something. You
Yeah.
just run up
Yep.
and bam,
And just
you're
teleport 'em.
safe.
yeah, that could be extremely useful.
Yeah, it would be.
in a lot of situations. At 14th level, you get the magic of the Feywild, and it grants you the ability to travel mentally or physically through the Dreamlands. When you finish a short rest, I cannot talk today at all.
Yeah.
You can cast one of the following spells without expending a spell slot or requiring material components. You can cast Dream, Scrying, or Teleportation Circle. The use of Teleportation Circle is special. Rather than opening a portal to a permanent circle, it causes a portal to the last location where you finished a long rest on your plane of existence,
That's,
which is actually kind of interesting.
That is
does
that
it,
could be really
it takes
broken.
like 10 minutes to cast Teleportation Circle. doesn't it?
Circle, yes, yeah.
But you also have to have another circle to
There's
go
a-
to.
I think it's
But now you
I
don't.
think actually
you just go back to the last place
I
you
think it's
rested.
a minute, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like
A
an
minute,
autosave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
like
a
an
minute?
autosave
Yeah,
feature,
10
really.
minutes,
Yeah.
It's 10 rounds, so a minute. Okay. I knew there was either 10 minutes or one round, or 1 minute.
If you haven't taken a long rest on your current plane, the spell fails but is not wasted. So that's handy.
Nice.
And, you can use it again after you finish a long rest.
That's
Oh, okay.
All in all, I've never really read the Circle of Dreams. When I played a land druid. That's kind of what I identified with the most. I've never really read through the Circle of Dreams, but I really like what I'm seeing, like on the.
It's not the most exciting
No.
thing.
No,
but like it's really versatile. It's like
Yeah.
a good secondary healer. It's good for
Hell, it'd almost be a good primary healer.
Yeah.
Because they get cure wounds as
Yeah.
well.
Also, I don't think druids get access. No, they get healing word. Yeah.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Do they?
One of the first ones you get.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the most successfully supportive subclasses in the entire game.
Yeah.
So,
I'd agree.
I think the biggest issue you'd probably run into is if you want a wild shape, because then a lot of the spell casting aspects you can't.
Interesting. Yeah, there's nothing that like supplements your wild shape in here, right?
No, there's not.
Which is usually, but I mean that's.
But I mean, you're
at least
kind of working
different.
in the dream realm, not necessarily the wild shapes of the world. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
usually they
understand
have
that.
like something like where like you can use a use of your wild shape to do something else to do
Yeah.
just to like. tie
Plus, you
it.
get free teleportation
well,
circles.
it's like it's the Feywild's version of Druid is what it is.
Sure. Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
the fairy courts. That's what it was talking about. It's kind of cool.
So I'm gonna roll this dice, but it doesn't matter. Ethan, you're up.
One big thing doesn't get any extra circle spells, which some of these do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of a negative against it. Like
Yeah, you don't get any extra.
Extra
You don't
spells.
get any free learned spells. So Ethan, you're up with, I believe it's Circle of Spores.
Circle of Spores.
Yep.
So like the moldy one.
The moldy.
Yeah. Hold on. I lost it.
That makes you a fun guy, by the way.
Fun guy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, puns.
Been working on that one for a while.
I had it up. But, oh, wait. Where did
Do
it
you
go?
need it?
I got it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you lying to me?
maybe.
Trying. It's trying.
Listen.
Bam, bam, bam. Okay. So
Technical difficulty music plays.
Circle of Spores. They find beauty in decay. I don't know why. They see within mold and other fungi the ability to transform lifeless material into abundant, albeit somewhat strange life. These druids believe that life and death are parts of a grand cycle.
So this immediately sounds like a necromancer druid.
This sounds like something I would like
It
to play.
is essentially the necromancer druid. Essentially,
I don't like
think-
necromancers, but I really like fungi. So
I believe it's important to note that this class originated in Ravnica, the
Yeah.
Ravnica book,
Okay.
and then they ported over in Tasha's, I think, to make it.
It does
setting.
get circle spells, which means it's spells that are automatically learned
prepared.
and prepared
Yeah.
by you. When you reach certain levels, spell levels, or not spell levels, but druid
Character
levels.
levels,
Yeah. So you get Chill Touch, which is first. It's a
Cantrip.
cantrip. Blindness, deafness, general repose, animate dead, gaseous form, blight, confusion, cloud kill, and contagion are all the spells that you automatically learn whenever you have spell slots for them.
All of those are good spells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
they are all
Like to
fantastic.
just get for
And-
free and have them
Oh, yeah.
prepared.
Thematic.
Yeah,
I,
they're very
actually, I think
thematic.
they're anti-thematic.
Antithematic? No, like
Yeah, I mean, fungi. The whole point of a fungi is to take something dead and make something new out of it.
I think
Animate dead.
Yeah, but I think,
Yeah,
it's
that's
more, I
one.
think it's thematic of like
Cloud kill contagion,
You know.
or like, hey, let's destroy everything.
yeah, but it's like poisonous
Yeah, but
mushrooms.
Well, it's like
sometimes you have
Okay,
to.
but
it's
like-
like releasing its spores
Yeah.
instead of that's how you
Okay.
theme it.
All right, I can buy that, I guess.
And the contagion is just it's just like infecting something else with the spores.
Yeah.
And blight would be infecting something else with the spores. You just have to flavor it a little bit.
Or you
Yeah.
take it the necromancer route and you have to kill it before you can.
Chill Touch
make
is
it
the
new.
only one that really doesn't feel thematic here.
but it just has it's because it does necrotic damage. It's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
cantrip
yeah. I mean, I would probably might switch it out for like infestation
or poison spray.
or poison spray.
Poison spray would be a good
but
one.
poison spray also just kind of sucks.
Anyway, at
mean-
second level, you are surrounded by invisible necrotic spores that are harmless until you unleash them on a creature nearby. The creature you can see moves into the space within 10 feet of you or starts its turn there. You can use your reaction to deal 1d4 necrotic damage to them. It advances as level goes on, just like a cantrip does. Just instead of increasing by the number of dice, it increases the
Strength
dice.
of the dice.
Size of the die.
So it goes from 1d4 to 1d6.
And I don't know if you said, but that was Halo of Spores.
Yes,
That's-
Halo Spores.
Yeah.
Also, at second level, you gain a symbiotic entity. You gain the ability to channel magic into your spores. As an action, you can expend the use of your wild shape feature to awaken those spores rather than transforming into a beast. And you gain 4 temporary hit points for each level you have in this class. What this does is when you deal your Halo of Spores damage, which is the previous ability, you roll a damage die a second time and add it to the total. And your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to any target they hit, if they're within your symbiotic cloud thing. At level 6, you get fungal infestation. Your spores gain the ability to infest a corpse and animate it without a spell slot.
That is nice.
Beast or a humanoid that is small or medium dies within 10 feet of you, you can use your reaction to animate it. Reaction? I did not know that was a reaction. Causing it to stand up immediately with 1 hit point. The creature uses the zombie stat block in the monster manual. It remains animate for 1 hour, after which time it collapses and dies. It comes right after your turn in combat, and you can use mental commands to make it attack and do other actions.
And that's the only action it can take.
I think it is.
The attack action.
I can move, but
Yeah, obviously.
at level 10, you get the ability Spreading Spores. You gain the ability to seed an area with deadly spores as a bonus action while your symbiotic entity feature is active. You can hurl spores up to 30 feet away. A swirl in a 10-foot cube for 1 minute. The spores disappear early if you use this feature again. If you dismiss it as a bonus action, whenever a creature moves into the cube of the spreading spores or starts its turn there, the creature takes your halo of spores damage. So then it is also
Adding damage.
Yeah, it's just all
Compiling.
just awful. All right, level 14, you get fungal body. Your fungal spores in your body alter you. You cannot be blinded, deafened, frightened, or poisoned, and any critical hit against you counts as a normal hit instead, unless you're incapacitated.
That's
good.
Powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is just
Wow.
So this is
Dangerous.
like a melee druid.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a melee.
It's a melee,
Shillelagh.
Yeah.
almost
Shillelagh druid?
paladin.
Yeah, you cast the cloud on yourself,
And then you
just
just
walk around
walk
and
into people.
fucking hit. the
Just
shit.
whack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, that's a lot better than I thought it was.
Especially at level 14, like
Yeah.
that crit
I give that 4
abuser,
out of 5
basically.
stars. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
4 out of
So, yeah, you're wearing adamantine armor all the time.
Yeah.
Plus, on Druid, you get your cap at like level 14, so you can go a lot of other directions
Yeah.
if you wanted.
If you need to, yeah. If
Yeah.
you're like, I don't need to be a druid.
All right. So next up will be Circle of Stars and Logan. That's you again. This is where it gets fun, where it then circles back. Did you get yours to load?
Well, I didn't, but I found it on D&D Wiki.
Oh,
So there we go.
Oh, Wikidot?
Yeah.
Best tool out there.
Yeah,
It's
we're going to see if
fantastic.
it's the same as what you guys have.
yeah.
I'm gonna read
Because
off
I mean,
anyway.
we're all reading it.
You guys
here
don't have the
together.
little anime caption on the top like mine does. That's kind of cool. But anyhow.
I'm actually using that too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder yours is taking so long.
We're twinsies.
Twinsies.
Yeah.
Twinkies.
Well, I can go for a Twinkie.
And now we've turned into a Zombieland podcast.
Listen, it's 4 o'clock. I've done missed my mid-afternoon. Like,
Want a snowball?
yeah.
What a fucking
What a
Twinkie.
fucking Twinkie.
It's not the taste, it's the texture.
All right. Circle of Stars allows druids to draw on the power of starlight. These druids have tracked heavenly patterns since time immemorial, discovering secrets hidden among the constellations. By revealing and understanding these secrets, the Circle of the Stars seek to harness the powers of the cosmos. Here we are. At second level, we've created a star map as part of our heavenly studies. It is a tiny object and can serve as a spellcasting focus for the druid spells. And we'll determine its form by rolling on the star map table or choosing one. By holding this map, we have these benefits. We know the guidance cantrip. We have the guiding bolt spell prepared, and it does count as a druid spell for you, and it doesn't count against the number of spells you can have prepared. You can cast guiding bolt without expending a spell slot, and you can do so a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you gain all uses when you finish a long rest. If you lose the map, you can perform a 1-hour ceremony to magically create a replacement. The ceremony can be performed during a short or long rest, and it destroys the previous map. So if you lose it and don't want somebody else to get it, you just destroy it, keep making a new one. So,
Or you just give it to somebody as a gift and then make a new one and destroy it.
oh, that's a lot of fun.
Sell it to a shopkeeper.
That would be actually a really good idea.
Oh,
or
looking for
conservatory.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, use these 10 hacks for infinite money. Map form. It's just on a D6 scale. Anything from glass disc to crystals. An owlbear hide. That'd be pretty cool. Stone tablet. That's kind of like, 2000 BC-ish. And a scroll to cover with the depictions of constellations.
Was that from top to bottom? I'm
It was-
curious.
yeah, the bottom
For
to
you?
top.
I just kind of bounced around a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, because The way you read it was literally bottom to top for us.
I actually wasn't going to read off all of them. I was going to read off the ones that sounded really cool, but by the time I was like 4 through the 6, I was like, well, I might as well read off the last two that sucked.
Fuck.
So.
4 of these were cool.
Yeah.
Might as well finish it.
Yeah, might as well finish it. It sucked too. At second level, you gain the ability to harness Constellation's power to alter your form. As a bonus action, you can spend a use of your Wild Shape feature to take on a starry form rather than transforming into a beast. While in your starry form, you retain your game statistics, but your body becomes luminous, your joints glimmer like stars, and the glowing lines connect them on a star chart. That's pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, I like that. You like Christmas tree. This form sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. The form lasts for 10 minutes and it ends early if you dismiss it, are incapacitated, die, or use this feature again. Whenever you assume your starry form, choose which of the constellation glimmers on your body. The choice gives you certain benefits in this form. The Archer. When you activate this form as a bonus action, on your subsequent turn while it lasts, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet. On a hit, the attack deals radiant damage equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. The Chalice Constellation. It's a constellation of life-giving goblet appears on you, and whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to you or another creature within 30 feet, you can regain hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. So kind of get like a free double dose of healing word on yourself. Dragon. A constellation of a wise dragon appears on you, and when you make an intelligence or a wisdom check or constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, you can treat a roll of 9 or lower on the d20 as a 10. Yeah.
I think Chalice is probably the best one out of those 3.
I would agree.
I mean, just to increase the healing.
Yeah.
Because anytime you can get more healing, it's always better.
Yeah.
Well-
although I have seen times when a 10 on an intelligence and wisdom check would have made or break my day. When you reach 6th level, you get Cosmic Omen. You learn to use your star map to roll a divine will of the cosmos. And whenever you finish a long rest, you can consult your star map for omens. When you do so, roll a die, and until you finish your next long rest, you gain access to a special reaction based on whether you roll an even or odd number on the die. Wheel, which are even numbers. Is a wheel?
Yeah.
Is that pronounced right? Mm-hmm. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and add the number to roll to the total. So kind of like inspiration. Whoa, odd numbers on the die. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from the total. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you gain all uses when you finish a long rest.
So it's not bad. At first, I thought it was only going to be like one time per long rest, and I was like, that's a terrible feat.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. I mean, that can make a lot of difference.
Yeah, being able
a 3
to
on a
save
D6,
a friend.
Yeah, on a saving throw or anything. Yeah. At 10th level, we reach the Twinkling Constellations. The constellations on your starry form improve. The 1d8 of the Archer and the Chalice become 2d8. And while the dragon is active, you have a flying speed of 20 feet and can hover. That changes the dragon significantly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, big time change there. At 14th level, while in your starry form, you become partially incorporeal, giving you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Oh my.
Important note on the Twinkling Constellation. You can change it on each of your turns.
Each of your turns while in your starry form. That is... Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
So
changes that a
that-
lot.
Yeah, so you
Yeah, it
go,
does.
I'm a healer this turn. Now I'm going to go offense.
Now I'm going to go dragon and get the hell out of the way.
If we're talking just strictly for a caster druid, this is it.
Yeah.
This
like
is
if
by
you're
far
not in
the
a wild
best.
shape, you're
Yeah.
just going to be a caster. It's top notch. Did you
Yeah.
talk about Fall of Stars, Logan? And
Yeah.
I just missed it? Okay.
Yeah. That's the last thing you said.
Yep.
I figured it was the last thing you said, but I'm just.
That's where my
assuming I missed
wiki
it.
ends, so that's kind of where I quit. But I have other interesting site recommendations on here too, but...
It'll probably take you to like Bard.
Yeah.
So next up is Circle of the Wildfire, and that is me. It's weird. I don't ever roll a 1 on a fucking d6. Maybe my fate is starting to turn. Druids within the Circle of the Wildfire understand that destruction is sometime the precursor of creation, such as when a forest fire promotes later growth. These druids bond with a primal spirit that harbors both destructive and creative power, allowing the druids to create controlled flames that burn away one thing but give life to another. They get circle spells as well. The spells they get at 2nd level, you get Burning Hands, Cure Wounds. 3rd level, Flaming Spear, Scorching Ray. 5th level, Plant Growth, Revivify. 7th level, get Aura of Life and Fire Shield. And at 9th level, they get Flame Strike and Mass Cure Wounds.
I like those.
Yeah, those are I like the defense and healing.
Yeah.
I like not defense, offense and defense.
healing, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It's almost perfect.
Almost. So at second level, you get Summon Wildfire Spirit. You can summon the Primal Spirit bound to your soul. As an action, you can spend one use of your Wild Shape feature to summon your Wildfire Spirit, rather than assuming a beast form. The spirit appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet, and each creature within 10 feet of the spirit, other than you, when it appears, must succeed on a dex saving throw against your spell save DC or take 2d6 fire damage. The spirit is friendly to you and your companions and obeys your commands. You can see the creature's game statistics in the Wildfire Spirit stat block, which uses your proficiency bonus in several places, apparently. It's right here below it. It's a small elemental. Its armor class is 13. Its hit points are 5 plus 5 times your druid level. Its speed is 30 foot and with a 30-foot fly. Or 30-foot fly and 30-foot hover, which is interesting. So its damage immunities obviously are fire. Its condition immunities, charmed, frightened, grappled, prone, restrained. It has dark vision to 60 feet with a passive perception of 12. It understands the languages that you speak. The proficiency bonus equals your bonus. So actions that it has, Flame Seed, it's a ranged weapon attack. Your spell attack modifier to hit. Its range is 60 feet. One target you can see. If you hit, it is a 1d6 plus your proficiency bonus to damage. Fiery Teleportation, the spirit and each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it teleport up to 15 feet to an unoccupied space as you can see. Then each creature within 5 feet of the space that the spirit left must succeed on a dex save or take 1d6 plus your proficiency bonus in damage. In combat, the spirit shares your initiative count, so it goes right after you. The only action it can take on its turn is the dodge action unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to do another action. Action can be one in the stat block or some other action. If you are incapacitated, the spirit can take any action of its choice, not just dodge. It manifests for 1 hour until it is reduced to 0 hit points, or until you use the feature to summon the spirit again, or until you die. So at 6th level, you get Enhanced Bond. The bond with your Wildfire Spirit enhances your destructive and restorative powers whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage or restores hit points. While your Wildfire Spirit is summoned, you roll a d8 and you gain a bonus equal to the number rolled to 1 damage or healing roll of the spell, which is great. I mean, that's just adding more dice to your damage, more dice to your heals. That's
Who doesn't want that?
Exactly. In addition, when you cast a spell with a range other than self, the spell can originate from you or your Wildfire Spirit, which is...
Like a familiar.
Yeah, which is good again, because if you're not close enough, but the spirit is close enough, you can heal your buddy. Cauterizing Flames is a 10th level feature, and you gain this ability to turn death into magical flames that can heal or incinerate. When a small or larger creature dies within 30 feet of you or your spirit, a harmless spectral flame springs forth in the dead creature's space and flickers there for 1 minute. When a creature you can see enters that space, you can use your reaction to extinguish the spectral flame there and either heal the creature or deal fire damage to it. The healing or damage equals 2d10 plus your wisdom modifier. Cool. You can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain it all after a long rest, which is that's really good.
It is good.
Mostly going to be used for healing, probably.
Yeah, because I think most people, like most enemies, would be smart enough not to.
Yeah, unless you have like a choke point or
It's
something.
a reaction heal.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
save your spell slots.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not many of those.
and it's 2d10, which is nice.
That's a lot.
Not to mention, I think, would you not get Enhanced Bond as well?
No, because it's not
Because
spell.
you're not using your spell. Okay, fair enough. At 14th level, you get Blazing Revival. The bond with your Wildfire Spirit can save you from death. If the spirit is within 120 feet of you, which why wouldn't it be? When you are reduced to 0 hit points and thereby fall unconscious, you can cause the spirit to drop to 0 hit points instead. You then regain half your hit points and immediately rise to your feet.
Oh, snap.
That is
is-
super useful.
Like later levels, whenever you got 100 and something hit points, to just say, I want 50 back.
Yeah.
You are a sun singer.
I mean, there's been days I'd hit myself with an ice knife to get that.
And once you
Phoenix
use
ability.
it, you can't use it again until you finish the long rest. I don't know if I said that or not, but
This is the second best caster.
It's really good.
I'd
I actually think I like it
probably play
better.
this one first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Functionally, the other one I think mechanically makes more sense. This one is just really nice,
I like the
spicy flavor.
I like the spiciness. I like the theme. I like the
so
thematics.
spicy.
This is more like my style for role play than Circle of Stars, probably.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if
Are you
it's your-
saying yes to him?
Yes.
Okay.
we're definitely going to cover your druid after we get done.
Oh,
with these.
absolutely.
Oh, I hope so.
yeah.
So now we get to talk about Circle of the Land, which has like 5 or 6
a lot.
of its own subclasses. And Ethan,
I can cover this one very quickly. This is the most vanilla druid. This is, yeah,
Vanilla Boys.
it is vanilla druid. It is not anything spectacular, but it is highly functional. Highly functional.
And if I remember right, all of the like places that you go,
Yes.
that's just the spells that change,
Yeah.
correct?
You get a
Yes.
different
Okay.
circle list.
All right, so Circle of the Land is made up of mystics and sages who safeguard ancient knowledge and rites through a vast oral tradition. These druids meet with sacred circles of trees or standing stones or to whisper to primal secrets in druidic other flavor text. But basically, they're associating themselves with a circle of druids, an association of druids who is based around basically a certain area that has a very certain biome. When you choose this circle at second level, you learn one additional druid cantrip of your choice. This cantrip doesn't count against the number of druid cantrips that you know, so it's just an additional functional thing that you can do. At second level as well, you gain natural recovery. You can regain some of your magical energy by sitting in meditation and communing with nature. During a short rest, you choose expended spell slots to recover. These spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your druid level, rounded up. And none of the slots can be 6th level or higher. You can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest.
Just druid arcane recovery.
It's essentially, yeah.
And
Same thing.
but it's really good though, because anytime you can get your spell slots back on a short rest is beneficial.
Especially if you're going through like something like a dungeon or something.
Yeah.
This is going to be so handy.
And you were like, oh shit, I had to heal too much because my party was an asshole and got hit too much.
Right. Especially if you're doing like heal bot type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the circle spells work a little differently for this subclass. It depends on what biome your organization is with. So if you are from the Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp, or Underdark, and Underdark is the it's like a giant cave system that resides underneath the world. You get different spells. I'm not going to go through them all.
Yeah, you can find tables
Yeah,
for them
you can
because there's a
find tables.
lot to cover if we were going to do that.
There's 8
Yeah.
circles in there.
And so,
All right, and then at 6th level, you get Land Stride. Moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs you no extra movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed by them and without taking damage from them if they have thorn spines or a similar hazard.
which I don't think we've ever used.
No, but it could be useful if you
Yeah.
were in like a chase scene or something. It'd
Yeah.
be really useful. In addition, you have advantage on saving throws against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede movement. So, like the Entangle spell, for instance. At 10th level, you gain Nature's Ward, which means you can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fae, and you are immune to poison and disease. That is
Good.
Really
Anytime
is
you're
good.
anytime you're immune to poison, it's a great thing. And then
Yeah.
disease just
and getting
increase- it
immunity
helps.
to conditions is
Yes,
always
those are
good
always great as
because
well.
That is really annoying.
Especially at later levels. I feel like the higher CRs are the ones that are trying to frighten you and charm you and things like that. So
Yes.
And at 14th level, you get Nature's Sanctuary. Creatures of the natural world sense your connection with nature and become hesitant to attack you. When a beast or plant creature attacks you, that creature must make a wisdom saving throw against your DC. On a failed save, the creature must choose a different target or the attack automatically misses. On a successful save, the creature is immune to this effect for 24 hours. So this is a really basic subclass. This is the one that makes it much easier to, like, much more accessible. If you're
Easy
trying
to
find,
start at.
if you're trying to find something and trying to learn about Druid, or
Starter Druid.
you're coming into the campaign and you're like Logan, who's wanting to play this nature thing because that's really what he connects with, but you're not wanting to get anything too complicated. It's really good. It's also really functional. It's not bad in any way, but it's just not the most interesting.
Just out of curiosity, which circle did you choose whenever?
Mine was actually Circle of Forest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because he's wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were wood elf, correct?
I would argue that if it's played correctly, it could be one of the most interesting druids.
That is the character, not the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
You did a
agree
really
with
good job playing
Yeah.
that character too.
Very good. So next we have Circle of the Moon, and Jarrett, you're up. This is my favorite, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Druids of the Circle of the Moon are fierce guardians of the wilds. Their orders gather under the full moons to share news and trade warnings. They haunt the deepest parts of the wilderness, where they go for weeks on end before crossing paths with another human or creature, let alone another druid. So they're kind of the hermits, not the hermit.
Yeah.
Hermit.
The
Yeah.
hermit's good.
They're hermits of the druid, which are already in themselves kind of hermits.
Yeah, they're hermity in
they're
general,
very-
and this is the most hermitish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At second level,
I don't think that's a word.
I just made it a word.
At second level, you get combat wild shape. You gain the ability to use your wild shape on your bonus action rather than action. Additionally, while you are transformed by your wild shape, you can use a bonus action to expend one spell slot to regain 1d8 hit points per level of the spell slots expended. It's really good.
This is why it's one of my favorites, because I love wild shape. I love to be an animal. It lets me be it longer.
Wow.
Circle forms.
Fucking hate us.
Circle forms. The rights of your circle grant you the ability to transform into more dangerous animal forms. Starting at second level, you can use your wild shape to transform into a beast with a challenge rating as high as 1. But you must abide by the other limitations in the beast shape
So
table.
no swimming speed,
No flying speed.
Yeah.
Starting at 6th level, you can transform into a beast with a challenge rating as high as your druid level divided by 3, rounded down. So that just lets you get like
A CR2.
CR2 up to, I guess, what?
20 would be
6?
Yeah.
Which there's not many of those beasts, but they're.
No.
I feel
There's more now than when
Yeah.
this came out, but there's still not a lot of beasts out there.
at 6th level, you get Primal Strike. Your attacks in your beast form count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical damage and attacks. Just, a really useful ability to have, because if not, you couldn't. This lets you kill a Tarask as a druid.
Yeah.
At 10th level, you have Elemental Wild Shape. You can expend 2 of your uses of your wild shape at the same time to transform into an air, earth, water, or fire elemental. And then this, in conjunction with the capstone at level 20, is what makes you unkillable.
Yes. It's so...
Because you have to deal approximately 300 hit points of damage in 1 round.
It is the closest subclass that comes to invincible. Is this one?
Yes. And at 14th level, you have 1,000 forms. You've learned to use your magic to alter your physical form in more subtle ways. You can cast the Alter Self spell at will.
And
is pretty nice.
it's my favorite. I like... Which we don't play to level 20, but if we did, it would be my go-to class.
Yeah.
Because it's... even without the air elemental and the earth... Without the elementals, it's still super hard to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's impossible, essentially, as long as they don't get hit by something that does enough damage to take out their health pool.
You can turn in, I think a T-Rex is
6.
6.
I want to say.
So you can
Maybe.
turn
I think that's
into
right.
a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, this is the best class.
Every time I think about this class, I always think of, what's his name? Is it Bjorn off The Hobbit, the changeling?
Yeah. Bjorn.
Yeah, he's who I always think of whenever I see or like read on this class. Yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly what his class would be.
Yeah.
It's just his bear is better than your bear.
His bear is better than my bear.
And then we get to go to Circle of the Shepherd. You want to do rock, paper, scissors for it?
Are
Or?
you going to make one of them do 3?
I'll rock, paper,
What do you mean
scissors
do
for it.
3?
Well, we've done 1 apiece. Or no, we all done 2. No, I've done 1. Wait. Yeah, go ahead.
Make him do it.
What the fuck?
Make him do it.
Yeah.
Teacher.
It's a 2. Go, Jarrett. If so, you guys didn't hear it. You may not have heard it. I did roll the dice, but it wasn't really a roll. I just sat it down on a 2.
Same, one of them.
You cunt.
Both of them did 2.
Fine.
We've only done 1.
I swear I did 2.
Mommy and Daddy
You're
are
wildfire.
fighting.
I'm daddy.
2
I claim it.
Christmases.
2 Christmases.
It's daddy gravy.
Druids of the Circle of the Shepherds commune with the spirits of nature, essentially the spirits of beasts and fae, and call those spirits for aid. These druids recognize that all living things play a role in the natural world, yet they focus on protecting animals and fae creatures that have difficulty defending themselves. So they're basically protectors of all the forest creatures.
Like a shepherd.
You could call them
of
shepherds.
I was
Yeah.
shepherds.
You could call
them
them
shepherds.
Call them shepherds.
At second level, you have Speech of the Woods. You gain the ability to converse with beasts and many fae. You learn to speak, read, and write Sylvan. In addition, beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions. Most beasts lack the intelligence to convey or understand sophisticated concepts, but a friendly beast could relay that it has seen what it has seen and heard in the recent past. Just nice to be able to, talk to your animal friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I could talk to my cat. And then I have somebody to talk to.
You can talk to your cat. It just can't talk.
Do you
back.
really want to know what your cat thinks of you?
No. Fuck no. Nobody does.
Also at second level, you have the Spirit Totem
Have you
ability.
met a cat?
You can call forth nature spirits to influence the world around you. As a bonus action, you can magically summon an incorporeal spirit to a point that you can see within 60 feet. The spirit creates an aura of 30-foot radius around that point. It counts as neither a creature or an object, though it has a spectral appearance of the creature it represents. As a bonus action, you can move that spirit up to 60 feet to a point you can see. The spirit persists for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. Once you use this feature, you can't use it until you finish a short or long rest. The effect of the spirit's aura depends on the type of spirit you summon from the options below. Bear Spirit. The Bear Spirit grants you and your allies its might and endurance. Each creature of your choice in that aura, when the spirit appears, gains temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level. In addition, you and your allies gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura. Hawk Spirit. The Hawk Spirit is a consummate hunter and aiding you and your allies with its keen sight. When a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the spirit's aura, you can use your action to grant advantage to that attack roll. In addition, you and your allies have advantage on wisdom perception checks while in that aura.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, just nice. That's probably what most people would.
That's what I would go
Yeah.
with, I believe.
But it's versatile because you get
Yeah.
to choose. Unicorn Spirit. The Unicorn Spirit lends its protection to those nearby. You and your allies gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures in the spirit's aura. In addition, if you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to any creature in or outside the aura, each creature of your choice in that aura also regains hit points equal to your druid level. So it's just a nice little healing bump. Mighty Summoner. Starting at 6th level, beasts and fae that you conjure are more resilient than normal. Any beast or fae summoned or created by a spell that you cast gains the following benefits. Each creature appears with more hit points than normal. 2 extra hit points per hit die it has. The damage from its natural weapons is considered magical for the purposes of overcoming immunity and resistance to non-magical damage and attacks. So it's just a nice little boost to those little fucky spirits that you summon. Your little 1/8 challenge rating squirrels that now have 3 hit points instead of 1.
That's a lot for a squirrel.
That is a lot.
It is.
It's a souped-up squirrel.
Yeah.
Guardian Spirit. Beginning at 10th level, your spirit totem safeguards the beasts and fae that you call forth with your magic. When a beast or fae that you summon or created with a spell ends its turn within your spirit totem aura, that creature regains a number of hit points equal to half your druid level. That's just a nice little healing train. Just keep them bad boys close. Faithful summons. Starting at 14th level, the nature spirits you commune with protect you when you are most defenseless. If you are reduced to 0 hit points or incapacitated against your will, you can immediately gain the benefits of conjure animals as if it were cast using a 9th level spell slot. It summons 4 beasts of your choice that are up to challenge rating 2 or lower. The conjured beast would appear within 20 feet of you. If they receive no commands from you, they protect you from harm and attack your foes. The spell lasts for 1 hour, requiring no concentration, or until you dismiss it. You can't use this feature until you finish a long rest. What?
That's the only reason I wish we had video.
Yeah.
It's because Jarrett just leaned over and just you couldn't hear it because it did a good job getting away from the mic. Surprisingly,
This isn't the most interesting subclass.
But it's the summoner subclass.
But
It's
the interest should not come directly from your class anyway. It should come from the character. This is Radagast.
This is fuck your DM.
Absolutely.
This is definitely Radagast. And
This
Radagast is cool.
I love that you brought up Radagast
Yeah.
because that comes up in our question.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
This,
And,
is, this,
like
is your
Jared
DM's,
said-
this is your DM's nightmare of like, oh, you want to add
Yeah.
18
How
more
many?
18
Yeah.
more things to the initiative war. Fuck you, good
You
sir.
want to make your DM mad?
Yeah.
Make this healer. Make this support healer, and no one will die except for the people you're fighting.
Except for the people you're. Fair enough. So let's talk about Logan's Druid.
fucking Iltharion.
Iltharion.
Fuck.
My most memorable character to date, I think.
Oh,
I think it's
absolutely.
fair to say.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Although, fucking Snortle is really close.
Okay. So I guess I'll give a little backstory. It's been, 2 campaigns ago? I played Iltharion. He was a Circle of the Land Force Druid. My current character, I'm playing a Tortle Artificer, which, truth be told, is probably my favorite character I've ever played.
And I think if we have time, that's the next one we're gonna do. We're
Yeah.
gonna do Artificer so that you can be part of it.
Oh, okay, cool. That'd be awesome. But yeah, anyway, Iltharion. So Iltharion was a true neutral Circle of the Land Druid. He started out true neutral.
Okay,
Fair
okay.
enough.
Started out. That's a very important part there.
He started out true neutral.
I seem to remember the first session, you trying to poison a town well.
No, that was a few sessions
That
ago.
was
Okay.
we were pretty deep
But there
in
was
at that
there
point.
was extenuating circumstances
Third
there.
session then.
There was something else going on. Like I didn't just like stroll in and be like, you know what? I'm gonna poison the water hole.
What do you mean? What are you looking at me like that for? It wasn't like super early.
It was like because it was the
It
first,
was the first, like,
It was
within
like the first
five,
town we got.
Yeah.
five sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was something going on there. I don't remember now what it was.
It was
sure,
a political thing.
I'm sure it was a guard that was a dick to you, and then therefore
No.
you decided
No.
the entire
No.
town has to die.
It was
No.
the mayor being funky.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
exactly.
Yeah, I remember that
That's
because I
it.
gave him a hard time.
yeah, that's
because
it.
we all did. It was a very political situation, and then we were going to try to get the mayor out, and
And then I did poison the town's water hole.
then we just took out the whole town.
Yeah, that kind of tends to happen sometimes.
We went from true neutral to not to true neutral
Yeah.
pretty fast.
So I guess in my little backstory here at the beginning of this podcast, I told you all I'm farmers. We're farmers. I farm for a living. So when I played this character, I was kind of coming at it from like a kind of a hippie type vibe, which quickly spiraled into eco-terrorist vibe,
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
which was fun because I got to play the antithesis of what I do.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I loved it. It was
yeah,
fantastic.
and so it was fun to get into that headspace. Like, yeah, it's still kind of a naturey type thing, but it's
It's the
it's
complete
practically
opposite.
the opposite of what I do for a living. So that was just fun to get into that headspace and like act out those thoughts.
Those thoughts I've had late at night, laying in
Yeah.
bed, wondering, should I burn my tractor down?
Yeah, there's a lot of days I have those thoughts. But anyway, yeah. So he did turn into more of a, I mean, definitely a chaotic neutral, if not like a
Yes.
If not a
Neutral.
lawful evil.
yeah, probably
Because you
lawful
you
evil.
followed it was a code. It was your own code.
It was
but
my
it was
own
a
code. It was a strict code.
My favorite moment was you, the eco-terrorist, anti-civilization druid, trying to become a city planner.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
That was the
That's
greatest
see,
thing.
I
And
remember
every
that, and I
change you
thought
wanna
that
see.
all kind of came.
No, that was later.
That
way
was
later.
see, that's why I think of it as it happening later because I don't know why, but I
Oh, he tried
remember
to poison more than one well.
You eventually made
maybe
it,
that's
didn't you?
why. 'cause
No,
I-
I never did become a town planner.
Yeah, you
No.
did.
No, he
I
did.
never achieved
Yes,
that
in the
dream.
epi-
7 towers.
Oh, it's 7
Oh,
towers.
yeah.
In the epilogue, you did become
Once we got our own city, then I kind of planned
Yeah,
that.
we-
But my thought was
that
like
was such a fun.
my
campaign.
character was having like this rationale, what would you call it, like self-loathing moment. I was like, you know what? Instead of like killing everybody, maybe I should become the change I want to see. Like if I want a town to be created to like live with nature, maybe I should become the town planner and make that town the way I want it to be, not like cut down all the trees for 5 miles around it to build a town.
and
This is
then
the
we
thought
did
process.
exactly that.
Yeah,
This is also the campaign. My group invented insurance,
we did invent insurance.
ransomed a town.
We're great. I love it.
We made a lot of money.
Yeah,
did.
These fuckheads are
Enough to build a tower. 7 of them.
Oh, no, I think that was the multiple dragon hordes you guys found, was it not?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't that also the one that we were? What was our group name?
The
sluts.
sluts.
Yeah. 7 legendary, undying
trophy
Treasure
seekers.
seekers.
treasure seekers.
seekers, that's it.
Yes.
Yes, and if you have put together 7 towers deep, STD.
Yeah.
This is what they've decided to do in my world.
That's
pretty
so-
classy.
I love that campaign.
We're
Let's go
adults.
back to it.
Yeah.
We
I mean, we're
are
still in
not
the
acting
same
like
world
adults.
now.
Yeah, let's
We're
bring
set
it.
like 200 years in the future.
Yep.
So we can still find 7
I
towers.
did try to go there.
Not very hard.
It didn't work out, but I tried.
You basically
right.
flew into the hub and was like,
I will be back
I will be back.
with
All
an
right,
army.
so let's get into the question part and go ahead and wrap up because we're pushing an hour right now. So the question comes from Dungeon Loot Armory on TikTok. I've showed you guys this, I think, last time we
yes,
recorded,
yes,
and we kind of talked about it. So since we did the Druid episode, we're going to choose which Druid you would pick to your party. So our options here are Radagast from Lord of the Rings. So just a big cunt, basically, is what I gathered.
What?
The way you talked about the class
your
itself
whore
and then
mouth.
mentioned
He's just a little bit
a
bonkers.
cunt to the
to
DM.
DM.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then you also have Malfurion from World of Warcraft, which Ethan could probably tell us more about the way he is, but because I don't know Jack. I know very little about him.
I know absolutely nothing.
And then Fern, is that how you say your name? From Critical Role, and Keyleth from Critical Role. Critical.
Wow.
That's what I kept saying.
Wow.
I kept saying Critical Role.
Yeah. So for any, like, for, you know, the
It's a
ones
very
that don't
stimulating
know,
podcast.
Yeah.
Fern is a
Stimulating.
Fern is the circle of the wildfire druid. Keyleth is the circle of the moon.
I did really like the circle of Wildfire Druid, but I'm taking my boy Radagast.
Okay. So that's Logan's. What are you going with?
Keyleth.
Keyleth?
If we're looking at just pure power level, Malfurion Stormrage is by far the most powerful on that list. He is
Without a
He
doubt.
is a next tier to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna pick Malfurion.
I'm talking like calling down lightning, but not in the D&D sense, like real lightning.
Like Zeus, this bitch.
Yeah. He also has antlers and he's an elf.
Yeah.
Hey. So does Keyleth. She's also has antlers and is an elf.
Those aren't real antlers.
That's true. They are. It is a headpiece.
It is.
So I was gonna go Malfurion, but then I heard Wildfire Druid, and I'm sold. Fern.
Oh, she's
I need to listen.
she's so chaotic.
All right, I'm in. You've sold me.
Yeah.
All right.
Malfurion is both a circle of stars and a circle of moon druid.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
level 20 both.
That's true.
It's like level 40.
He'd be.
Yeah.
He's like level 40.
That's not really fair.
It's not.
That's why he's my pick.
Yeah,
He's not
I
fair.
know.
So that'll wrap everything up for this episode. You can find links to our Facebook, Discord. We don't post. I'm going to take a picture before we leave because I need to post on Facebook more. How else am I going to get friggin'? How are we going to get noticed if we don't post more?
Fair enough.
Right now, it's basically just here's our links to our episodes. You can find links to those, though, on anchor.fm/chaotically-nerdy. And you can join our Discord and talk to us there. We often talk more there, except for Jarrett. He's labeled the Watcher.
I am the watcher because I am a lurker. I don't post.
Yeah,
I
he
just
doesn't
watch.
post. He doesn't react to anything.
You know, that's
Nothing.
actually right. I've never noticed him in the Discord saying anything.
He won't.
It's kind of creepy, actually.
I don't know if you've noticed or not, but in the Discord, his name is now Jarrett the Watcher.
Yeah, I changed it.
He never posts, so I don't know.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
I miss you.